What's going on, everybody? It is August 29th, 2022, and this is going to be episode 1 of the series that I'm starting. It's going to be daily logs over price action, what I saw in price, and I'm primarily going to be going over ES and US 500. So I might go over the dollar index and some of Forex pairs, but primarily this is what I've been trading, and I want to keep a good log of it. It's really just a log for myself, accountability, and then for you guys to kind of follow along for the journey. I know there's a lot of new ICT students, so primarily always keep your focus on ICT. I think there's some really good people out there that do have some good information and can at least teach you and maybe shine a light in a direction that you haven't seen before. And I just kind of hope to maybe help somebody along their path. So I primarily trade the YouTube model that ICT produced this year, the 2022 model. I've gone through his entire mentorship. I'm now a charter member, and this new model has really changed the way I trade, because before this I was really focused on a lot of different things, and even ICT states it, he's like a fire hose. He definitely pours everything out and lets you kind of decide the model for yourself. And for me, it was really amazing to learn all of these tools, but I just became overwhelmed with them. And the new model from this year really helped me find that direction and clarity that I'm looking for. So even if you're a new member or you're a charter member, I highly suggest you go over that YouTube model, because I think it'll bring a lot of clarity and simplicity to your trading. So without further ado, I want to go over today and what we saw. There isn't much to talk about. We had a very small range day. It was choppy and consolidating, which ICT always does state after a large range day. Always expect a choppy or consolidational day. So even coming into the Monday after Friday of last week with the huge drop, I was expecting some type of consolidation today. So looking at the 4-hour, we opened up yesterday, we gapped down, so I was looking at this morning to possibly run back up into the gap here to fill it in. I don't particularly find it that we're going to retrace into this fair value gap here. I would be very surprised. I think we will either A, consolidate, or B, just continue lower from probably here, or maybe make one more new high and then continue lower. So only time will tell. We have a news driver tomorrow and a couple other ones throughout the week. I know we have NFP on Friday, so I would suggest maybe taking it a little slower this week. Looking at the 1 hour, again, there isn't much to talk about today, unfortunately. So if we reel it back to before the opening, if you look at the bottom here, I'm on Central Time, so make sure it's paired up with your own time zone. I will put on, I was just paper trading today, kind of just messing around. I actually have to get out of replay mode. I went long here and then exited short. I was just looking for the remaining portion of this opening gap to be filled in, so it wasn't much anything to talk about. If you look on the lower time frames, on the 5-minute before the session opened, I was aiming possibly for the sell side to be taken out before we ran higher. I was looking again for the remaining portion of this gap to be filled, and we had some buy side liquidity resting here. And then in the 1 hour, I was also looking for this fair value gap to be targeted. This fair value gap is from last week that I have annotated. So price retraced up into here. Again, nothing much to talk about. What I can talk about is last week and kind of why I saw price going lower, because I even stated on the 23rd, if you go back to my Twitter, I said 40.80, I believe, and 40.60 are likely to be drawn by the end of the week, which we got that, and even ICT stated that. So if we were to reel it back on the 23rd, I saw the sell side liquidity resting here, and then the remaining portion of this fair value gap open. So I really wanted to target that. I thought maybe we were going to get some speed and just kind of drop right into that, but we actually retraced back into the fair value gap and a little bit of the volume bounce resting from this low to the high here. So that was really cool to see. I was very happy with the analysis and the way the week ended, and we're finally getting into September, which should start some really nice clean price action. That's probably going to be it for me today. I'm not going to talk too much because there isn't much to talk about, but hopefully the remaining of the week will be really nice, and I'll be able to provide some nice educational videos. Without further ado, appreciate your time. Leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks.